बैठें ठीक May I now ask Mr. Sarkar to initiate the discussion. He will be followed by Mr. Dalil Kilani from Islamabad. Please leave this so that
I'll end up with it.
you want. All right.
Oh no. नहीं.
अभी को बोल जरा आ गया. Can you hear us?
Yeah. I think so. Good afternoon, friends. I hope you can see me at least. There are a lot of technical problems. I'll introduce myself. My name is Sarkar. I just quit as MP a few months ago, as a member of Parliament, the Indian Parliament, for very strong reasons. I found it extremely difficult to carry on the establishment, and therefore I quit. In any case, I have served for 40 years in the Administrative Service and Federal Secretary and above for about 9 years. So that's my experience. I have served mainly, though I have put in a lot of years in this state as well in my younger days. So the point that grapples me from the time that I used to work directly under Dr. Manmohan Singh is why are we not able to make a breakthrough? Now, as you are all aware, Dr. Manmohan Singh has very fond memories of the land of his birth, especially Pakistan. And let me give you an interesting episode. I was made head of the Indian public broadcaster for no fault of mine, and while administering television system, we had to put up prompters, the teleprompting machines before the screens for the Prime Minister of India. And in these speeches, Dr. Manmohan Singh were not in Hindi. I discovered only when the teleprompter started functioning that they were all in Urdu, because for the life of it, he could never get the nuances of Hindi correctly, and he decided that he would sue the Urdu alphabets. So that was a very interesting discovery for me personally, and many people in India don't know that his Hindi, Dr. Manmohan Singh, Prime Minister's Hindi, was actually modified Urdu. So this problem has been grappling us, and if I get certain figures at the point when Dr. Manmohan Singh and the UPA government left, with a lot of effort, we could put up Indian exports to Pakistan up something like $2 billion. Now, $2 billion is nothing compared to $100 billion that we do with China. And China is supposed to be on doubtful terms with India. Despite hidden antagonism with China, we managed to cross 100 billion. That's the interesting part. And from 2 billion in 2014, we are now somewhere in a few 80 million. The trade balance was obviously against Pakistan in the sense that Pakistan could export at that point of time something like 400 million, 300 to 450, 400 million, which is which is just a small fraction. Now, I have personally been in favor of opening trade because once trade starts yielding value, when economics takes a precedence over politics, things start moving. Things start moving. Because as long as we do politics to politicians, it's a very dangerous thing. As we used to keep saying that politics left to politics alone is perhaps a dangerous thing either country could afford to. Now, I am sure, and I have been told by people who have worked in Pakistan, I have never been there, unfortunately, because every time Secretary to the Government of India, my proposal to go to Pakistan came up, there was some firing somewhere or the other, and the ministry said, not now. Not now, not now. Anyway, whatever it, I heard, I have been on the best of terms with people who have said are heads of our missions in Karachi, in Islamabad, and some of them have participated, written in the book also. Shankar Iyer has always been an open and unapologetic friend of Pakistan. Now, remember, there are people, many people in India who are completely unapologetic about being friendly with Pakistan. We look upon Pakistan first as an entity of people and then system of governance. It is most unfortunate that both governments on both sides thrive on hatred. Each requires the other. When it comes into play, each requires the other. I don't think more stupid to be done than Pulwama attack. Still don't know what the full story is, and the full story will come out in someday. Someday the full story will come out because that we're about to lose in the 2019 elections. We were all predicting that this fellow may be going, and what saved him was Pulwama. The Pulwama massacre, by whoever it is, for whatever reasons, and what wheels within wheels have functioned, we don't know till today. Our governor J&K has openly given certain allegations. This is not the time to discuss them. The point is, when he is about to go, Pulwama comes in. So we keep going on with the circle. It's like somebody trying to climb a greasy pole. As soon as you go up, you sit down. Now, people-to-people relationship is the first wonder. Every time we hear a story of a boy or a girl or an old man from Pakistan who has been given a very difficult operation in India, some part of India, our hearts leap in joy. And I'm sure people in Pakistan would also feel the same way. It is small steps. India has an advanced medical system, so every year there are very difficult cases that come up, and these are publicized silently by the press to keep alive the basic friendship between people that we have never surrendered. We have never surrendered even in the worst of times, because we know that the conflict between two established with extreme vested interest. Now, about news from Pakistan, you know, many of us are Sethi, we read Hamid Mir, we do read, we are aware of what's going on, and we are now in a secondary stage where we really need to bother about, you see, you and I am 70 plus and more, they look 70 or 70 plus. It is not our generation that will be able to do the trick. It will be the generation that will be able to trick. And I'll tell you how. And that is simple mechanism of WhatsApp friendship. I have more than a dozen friends of Pakistan who are on the WhatsApp group. Finish. So more and more we spread messages through social media platforms. They keep informing what's happening. They keep informing their problems. I keep informing of our problems. What governments think of. It is their matter. They have their own interests to serve. So I would urge the younger generation of both sides to come up on a WhatsApp group. Maybe we'll have either a government clamping down upon us. Maybe, I don't know, because there's so much clamping down going on all the time. Maybe, तब तक तो हम बात करें, फिर दोबारा खोलेंगे, उसमें है क्या? एक ग्रुप बंद करेंगे, दूसरा ग्रुप खोलेंगे. लेकिन बस, we can continue to social media platforms. I have only given WhatsApp as an example. We can continue, and these dialogues, instead of having them at occasional intervents through Zoom or other platforms, can continue almost on a daily basis. By Chara continue on a daily basis, go on. Because our basic idea is that we have enmity against the people of Pakistan, against the people of China, against the people of Mauritius, the people of any country. No. It is only inhumans who have such idea. Human beings just not have it, and where Pakistan is concerned, we look upon it with so much romanticism. When I hear stories from my friends and relations of Lahore of course is the most repeated one. Islamabad thoda kam hota because it's Lahore and Karachi. We read Manto, when we read the authors, you see, the hair on our body gets up. It's so thrilling and so personally an experience. तो मैं कहूँ कि जब तक ये लोग सरकार जब तक बात करते रहे या झगड़ा करते रहे रहने दीजिए, वो we need to go on a people-to-people basis. And I suggest WhatsApp group survey ताकि हम उस पर बात कर पाए. Only one request. कोई हिंदी में मत लिखिए, कोई उर्दू में मत लिखिए. Only this. Let's continue on English, because many of us are not, even I'm not an expert in Hindi. बहुत कोशिश की, but बनी नहीं कभी, बनी नहीं. और उर्दू को बात तो छोड़िए, and just barely serve. So we can continue in English. So it's one of the out of the question that I'm giving to you, that we can have articles, we can have letters, we can have ideas, we can have visions put at each other. As long as there is no agenda to it, there is nothing religious, nothing communal or refined way. One of the things I have to do in the last 20 years is have several from where I explain every religious festival of India, which includes 5 chief Islamic festivals as well, in very simple language, which reaches lakhs and lakhs of people who don't know what festival is all about, come to know through such writings. In fact, some of my Muslim friends back saying, "Yaar, हमें पता नहीं, we also didn't know." So this is one of the other ways of human communication. Because you can talk of trade, we can talk of other issues. We can talk of film, we talk of trade, talk of many other issues, and this book contains a lot of information. I congratulate Mr. O.P. Shah for his second volume. He requested me, but for stupid reason I was busy in Parliament something. I could write. I congratulate the group here. I congratulate you for taking trouble to be on screen, and please accept my heartfelt and best wishes. Khuda Hafiz.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Since Mr. Sarkar was expected to write an article, but he said things forced him not to do that. Hopefully, if we decide to come out with the third edition, which several Pakistanis have already started requesting me to do so, we request him to come with third. From friends from Pakistan, who would like to open? Is Jalil Abbas Saab there? Jalil Abbas Saab? Well, it's open to you. Anyone can, the mic can start. आप चालू करिए. क्या प्रॉब्लम आ रही है क्या? हम लोग यहाँ नहीं नहीं Thank you very much. Friend from Karachi, would you like to say something at this juncture? Husam, हाँ बोलिए. And about him, let me say one thing. He is not only from Karachi, he has close relatives in Calcutta. One of them happened to be a member of parliament, the other happened to be the editor of a Urdu paper, Husam San, and he's going to come to Calcutta and Delhi. Hopefully, we will be able to get him here sometime. Husam San, farmaएं.
Thank you very much. It's so evident, and I wish my life to be on the 9th and then we, our points to be in that free zone, one point Pakistan or India, and from there we are out to kind be totally open for the countries to change it for all the available economy. They should have mosques, temples, theaters, Gurdwara, and whatever thing, and then also we should not forget it. Whosoever wants to do it, they should do it, and then we should have the minimum for the two people visiting that. So it is not something difficult. It can be easily done that we shall be good. Just need the way and just needs understand that people are allowed to meet, allowed to stay there, and it's for a week, 10 days, or whatever it is, we can decide from time to time, and they can go into international across the border, and every such activity is buying and selling of their goods, donate goods, and that not for trading purpose, but for personal consumption of the two countries, people in two countries, and that may certainly make a difference, and it's a need of time, and there will be no difference except for from moving back at Rwanda, Malawi, and then said this and other places to create zones. This is one end. The second is to put back our process from the territory of Kashmir to the immediate borders of India, Pakistan, and let the people of Kashmir meet each other, move along each other, make relations, and they brother here, Nasa, you as you were visiting Kashmir last whole decade, you know that they have so many divided families, and I have also witnessed and seen that the two families really have each other on special occasions. So if they can really, they should also be allowed to meet each other and travel and meet their loved ones and spend some time with them, both in Indian border and Kashmir line of control. So this is again another proposal you need to, I will ask Mr. Sarkar also, with his lovely words he has spoken about the future, that he being and introduced himself here, bureaucrat as well and a member of parliament as well. So he can propose
much indeed. Yeah. Before I invite next speaker from Pakistan, let me request Brigadier Mukherjee, who has contributed an article in the second volume of the book, to say a few words. And Mr. Mukherjee is someone who has been taking deep interest in the matters concerning India and Pakistan. So has served as an army officer in Jammu and Kashmir. 5 minutes are yours.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everybody, and a bit of self-introduction. Like Mr. Shah said, my name is Dadri Shankar Mukherjee. I am a retired brigadier of the Indian Army. I retired some 2 decades back, to be exact about 22 years back. I have spent 25 years in the Army. Apart from that, I'd like to also mention I was a commanding officer of an infantry battalion in JN during the peak of militancy from 90 to 94. I have spent near to 10 years in Jammu and Kashmir, and I have traversed the entire area from Samba to Srinagar to Leh and to Gaza. There's hardly any place I have been fortunate that I have not seen. And I have interacted with the people of J over these 8 years in various ranks, from a self-lieutenant to a brigadier. In minimal measure, I have thousands of friends there. I speak the language. After retirement, I associated myself with a society which does research. In colloquially, we call ourselves a tank. We are established in Kolkata, and it is known as CERSK, Center for East and Northeastern Regional Studies, Kolkata. We have been actually participating in all Mr. Shah's forums, where he has taken the lead for this kind of interaction with our counterparts across the border. That would be my personal introduction. We also mention stage that I really look at myself as the one person, perseverance, who's dedicatedness and who's resolved firm belief in the fact that the problem between Pakistan and India can only be settled through dialogue, negotiation and statesmanship is something very courageous and something which I absolutely look up to with great credibility. And he has been recently building up a league of people who can interact with our counterparts, who are also maybe creating a lobby the other side, who can tell our politicians to rise above all this and get to the table, negotiate through dialogue what can be done. I would like to mention a couple of things that right from the time I was in school and college, through my service career, and the 22 years that I have spent with the society, interacting on a social plane, engaging in media with various friends and interlocutors, plus the fact that we talk about these things which are around us, I notice and I find that for every argument, any intellect, anyone who thinks about the Indo-Pak problem brings forward as a justification for the side being correct, there is always an argument from the side which says that this can be covered with their argument which is also correct. And there is no this. So when we say that we were absolute case where the entire state of J&K was seceded to us, on the other side, Junar Hyderabad was taken by force by the Indian side. So a Muslim majority state should have gone to them. All that is there. For every argument, there is a counter argument. But I would go a little further and reinforce some of the things that I feel needs to be spoken of and understood. I don't agree with one that only people-to-people contact will solve this problem. Remember, politicians play a very important role in our democratic society and across the world. They create problems, also solve it. So it is up to the politicians to take the lead and solve this problem. I also would like to mention that apart from getting to the negotiating table, there is something which Mr. Sarkar mentioned in his introductory speech, and I would like to reinforce by reading out a small passage in the article that I have written for the second volume, page 209, and I would just like to quote and finish off with version that I feel needs reinforcing. I am bringing everybody back to the era of Rajiv Gandhi got Beijing, and I write in this article, when the supreme leader of China had in December 1988, he told Rajiv Gandhi during what came to be known as the wall-breaking journey to Beijing, the first Indian Prime Minister of China in 34 years, after his grandfather Jawaharlal Nehru had visited in 1954, and after the Chinese offensive of 62. What Deng Xiaoping told Rajiv Gandhi is, let us forget the unpleasantness of the past. The border issue is a complex one, it will time, and we can leave it to future generations. He went on to reaffirm the spirit of the Panchayat and commitment to concentrating on economic activity. It lies in our hands here to shape the destiny of the new world order. Use it wisely. We have made mistakes and we can learn from each other. Why can't we share our experiences, our success and failures? There is much we can achieve together, and we can achieve nothing by being antagonistic. It was then mutually agreed that the bilateral relationship would no longer be hostage to the territorial dispute, and today, notwithstanding skirmishes on our northern border, trade between India and China has exceeded $25 billion US dollars, and both countries seem to have understood the critical role that trade and economic activity play in the new world order and the role of continuing in regional safety. So therefore, I come back to the fact and reinforce what Mr. Sar says. While acrimonious relations continue, if we can have trade between each other for the economic value of our people, and this grows, and then at a certain level you find that you have to gravitate and navigate to reach the negotiation table and start a dialogue. And let it take time, but the economic activity for the well-being of our both peoples resume the earlier. It is not unknown that Pakistan is going to turbulent times economic today, and therefore it is more in the interests of Pakistani citizens and the politicians to realize this aspect, that here is a country which is a neighbor, which is part of the same DNA over centuries, which can imagine trade with each other to the benefit of both countries. And so I close by saying one thing, that all this can always happen. I just heard one of my Pakistani counterparts say that the border be opened first for trade to resume. Now, let me just also place it on that the very juncture politicians and every citizen here says that once the terrorist activity continues, how can there be any second, one can take a step forward, because the public opinion will go against the initiative taken by the government. Even today as I speak to you, there have been terrorists on the international border, or the LAC to be exact, which has just happened. It is still in the news. आपके यहाँ भी ये चल रहा होगा, हमारे यहाँ भी चल रहा है, 3 दहशतगर्द मार दिए गए हैं, घुसना चाहते हैं. Now, if this kind of activity, and if one claims that these are non-state actors, we are fooling ourselves. So therefore, the firm belief that talks and terrorism cannot go together is a fact. Leave that aside, and what I have said, indulge in trade, leave it to the future generations to solve problem. हमारा आपके लाइफ टाइम में शायद हम देखेंगे नहीं कि हो सकता है. I am 78 years old today. I am midnight child. I have not seen a blip in this entire spectrum of what the Indo-Pak relation and where it is going. I do not know before I call it a day or before the Almighty takes me away whether this will be solved or we get to the table or not. दो चीज हो सकते हैं, मैंने अपने आर्टिकल में लिखा है, सार्क को रिवाइव करने की तरफ और साथ ही साथ ट्रेड. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you very much indeed. Who would like comment from Pakistan? Please announce your name and offer your comments.
Well, good afternoon, assalamu alaikum, and namaste to everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So, greetings to everybody, and Obisha Sahab, you are great inspired in the sense that you're dedicated for improving relations between the two countries. This is an extremely noble cause, and that's why, despite time constraints, I did end up contributing to the first volume of your book. There are a lot of good wishes on both sides from many people, and actually, before I should thank Osamul Haq Sahab. He has been very kind. He showered all sorts of adjectives on me, which I don't deserve. But thank you, Osam Sahab, for the review that you already made for me. So, I have a few points. I discern from this most of this course that with most of the Indian speakers, they arrogate this right on themselves as being self-righteous. The brigadier out there who is speaking right now, he also brought in the issue of terrorism, as if Pakistan was unique in battling or promoting terrorism. We also speak of Balochistan, where Ramda Mukti had a very special relationship with India when Narendra Modi, the PM, mentioned Balochistan rights in his State of the Union address in 2016 August, trying to create an equivalence between Kashmir and Balochistan. Balochistan is a recognized part of the Pakistani territory, but Kashmir is not, as far as the United Nations is concerned. So instead of paralleling these old narratives, which basically put the entire blame on Pakistan, our Indian friends, whether they are military or the civil service, they shall have rationalized their discourse. I'm saying this just because I sometimes they on it becomes safe for us to with the hope and with the desire of improvement country. That during President Ghani's last year, Pakistan was using the Pakistan. Never tried the Afghans done by the at one from Afghan person as the people like who there was when the day or 2 days before or to the point in contact with Pakistan, as long as of this Pakistan we have got years in the Navy. So much hope. India necessary. So we need something multiple prices, and that's the way of the negative. However, it will be very good contact between people come to know. They are examples in India is that why you are established this was Pakistan crisis itself.
Thank you very much indeed. Have your someday there is hope. who would like to lead? Anyone else?
This is going to be involving youngsters. हमारे ये youngsters हैं, नौजवान हैं, we need to have inter-religious movements in where Hindus can be a majority of the Hindus, and along with the state Pakistan, the center, the temples in Pakistan, Hindus can come from India and visit Pakistan. We cannot deny the fact that it happened on the ground of religion. It happened. Unfortunately, it happened. And the both the communities and the minorities, the minorities in India, affected in both the countries. Bridges organizing interfaith youngsters, youth was today's world. So we need to make all the efforts to have exchange programs. Thank you.
Is there else who would like to offer any comment?